Welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. Good evening, my friends.
Hello, Nikki B.
We're doing Broadway. Go ahead, E.
I was gonna say, I don't know what's wrong with them, but what's going on, Nikki?
You ain't gonna go with the flow?
No, not at all.
No, he always got to go against the grain.
Just like a black person.
Can't never stick together. Can't never be united. It's always one.
That's why we can't come together as a people.
Yeah, that's why. That's why we can't bury the N word. That's why.
I didn't know we had Betty Shabazz on this episode.
He said Betty Shabazz.
Betty Shabazz and Sister Soldier. Y'all, man.
Listen.
What's going on, my peoples? Now, I didn't say what's going on, my peoples. Neither one of them could say anything because they're both drinking alcohol.
I was sipping.
We do a whole hour show and they need a drink, but whatever. What's going on, my peoples?
Nothing much. What's going on? What's going on?
What y'all week been like? What you been on, E?
My week has been the same. I am just happy that the NBA is back tonight, so I'm good.
Oh, are they? Who playing?
Right now, the Pelicans and the Jazz are playing right now, and then the Clippers and the Lakers play, I think, at 9:30.
And then,
what is that?
Anybody in the crowd?
No, so it's like a virtual crowd. The coaches are there, and of course, their teammates are there. And it's a virtual audience.
Are they sitting 6 feet apart?
Yes, the coaches are kind of crowded a little bit around each other.
They got on masks?
Yes. They do have on masks.
That made me want to watch the game myself just to see what that looked like.
I will say the first
quarter. That made me
quarter,
not want to watch it.
The first quarter, it just looked like basketball hadn't been played in a long time. Like they was just rusty.
Really?
But it looked like they getting into the groove of it.
It's like a high school basketball game.
Exactly.
You know, when when two schools come together and then they pick the new team and then they ain't played together before and they be like, oh, they got to get their rhythm going.
No, Nikki, that's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
And then they got their little social justice.
My son plays sports, so you can tell.
I see.
Who got on their Breonna Taylor t-shirt?
I don't think nobody has her name, but they all have like say her name, say their name, equality. Like a lot of people have different things on the back of their jerseys.
Oh,
okay, that's cool.
Donald Trump gonna tweet about that later.
You know he is.
What's been up with you, Shan?
Nothing. So this week I have been spending a lot of money. I need someone to come and hide my Discover card. I have a pretty large size bedroom, and there's this corner in my bedroom that if you can see, I put these lights up on the ceiling.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of created distracting, right? Yeah,
vibe.
Yeah, like a strip club.
And I'm kind of feeling this corner. That. So it's also blue. The lights are Bluetooth. So when I play or when I talk or when it can pick up sound, the lights will change. I just really enjoy that. I just really do.
You said you're gonna stay in that. She said she's gonna stay in that corner. I got nauseated a little bit because it just.
I was gonna say I hope none of us are prone to strokes or nothing.
Oh, epileptic.
Epilepsy. My bad.
Y'all be all right. And it's just like my little, my little club corner, my club quarantine.
Yeah, because that's what it looked like. It looked like that's what you want. It looked like that's what you want.
Magic City Thursdays. That's what I'm talking about.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be looking for no OnlyFans page. I don't got one of them.
Dang.
That's the extent of it. These lights in this couch. This bottle of wine. That's all you gonna get over here.
Nah.
Okay.
Nikki, how's your week?
Long. Like, I'm so tired. Like, I took a PTO day tomorrow just to rest. Like, I just feel really tired.
You deserve it. It's been a rough few weeks.
Tell me about it.
Just a day to
Tell me about it. So, yeah, I just been working. You know, we opened up a new facility. So, like, trying to work with those people. And then I've just been working a lot. So, I'm just real tired. And then on top of that, my own little business, my Bye Belly Juice.
Amen.
Get at me. Nikki B and Friends on Facebook. Just inbox me. So yeah, busy with that. So, you know, kind of keeping up with all of that and you know, still doing all my other stuff. So I'm just like drained and tired. So did you guys see the Oprah Winfrey put Breonna Taylor on the cover of Old magazine?
No.
And I think that this is the first time that Oprah hasn't been on the cover.
I didn't know she had been on every single cover. But...
Oh, yeah, Her magazine she's been on every single cover. So I think this is the first time that it's ever been somebody else on the cover.
Listen, she's just trying to get back in with the black folks. That's all.
That's it. That's all.
Buying it.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it since it's Nikki B and Friends, but if somebody else said it, then...
She trying to get back in with us. We good.
You ain't falling for it?
This would have been a perfect time for you to hit your bell. Bing.
No, I'm not falling for it.
You like she on some mess?
She definitely on some mess. And them people in her book club ain't going for it either.
Wait a minute. I have my bells ready. Wait, I've been having my bells ready. Right. I should send y'all one way.
Let me know where you can get it from. I will buy you one.
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon. Let me see what yours look like.
It's actually
just a little
I actually used to use them in my classroom when I taught, and I used to be doing like trivia and Family Feud and stuff like that. Is what I bought them from. They come in a pack of 4, and I can't remember. I gave somebody else one of them.
Okay. So. Yeah, I love that bell. Gives me great joy.
Yeah, I see. You mention it every week too.
She wants to bring it back.
So.
Cause she used to always hit it at the right time, and it used to make me weak.
Was you on the show then, or before you was on the show?
No, I was on the show then.
Okay. Shannon picked up my drink. Oh no, I was on the show then. Yeah. So we got people love last week's show. So
did they?
That's good.
Yes, they
brought a different perspective to the conversation.
It did, and it made other people say, like, I got a lot of, I want to come on there. It's funny because Coach listened to it. He was like, man, that show made me want to be on there.
Yeah.
He was like, y'all done had some good topics where I'd be like, man, I wished I was there. I was like, yeah, but you try to act too busy for me. Cross is like right here.
Yeah, I listened to last week's show. It was pretty dope.
You know what? I knew it was a good show, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even had a chance to listen to it. But I knew it was a good show when we finished with it. I knew it was a good show, but then just getting the feedback in the inbox from people listening and stuff like that. You know, I need to leave that alone. I knew that it was good. So, yep. All right. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's get into it. Let's do it. Sound like an old 70s. Get into it.
I noticed you doing the lead and the background singing. You doing both parts.
I'm gonna be
David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Right. Then I'm gonna run on stage with it. Yeah.
Like Eddie Kane.
Slide across
Slide on
stage.
in, grab that mic. All right, did all
like
that drama.
Eddie Kane.
Right, did all that drama to pull up the question because it had flashed off my phone. Okay. Now I'm taking a drink. Okay. So, why women with their stuff together, who seem to always have it going on, can never keep a man?
So who
said that they can't keep a man on?
What's having it all together?
I mean,
because that's different to different people.
We're gonna let E run this. We're gonna let E run this topic.
Go
the
ahead,
guy on the show. Go ahead, E. Come on with the question.
So let's start there. What defines a woman having it all together?
So to the world, what is it? She got her own house. She got her own car.
She got her own car. Hey, a bad boy.
So is that from a male perspective? You tell us, because maybe that's what's confusing. Maybe people think that they got it all together, but to a guy, it's not.
And so that's why I asked, because it seemed like the question was from a woman's point of view. Like, oh, well, I got this, I got that, I got myself together, but I just can't keep them. Well, what do you consider that? I
didn't even take it like that. I took it that a dude was like, these chicks out here hollering that they got their stuff all together. Why can't they keep no man then? Why man got to be kept?
Man then, right?
Why they need a man?
That's a good question, because it's been every woman's dream since she was a little girl to be married. I mean,
not every woman, though.
Every woman.
90%.
Not every woman.
Not every woman. Like, not every woman wants kids. Not everybody. I've met people who said to me that they've never saw themselves with a family.
But they want the
some people have such traumatic lives growing up and stuff that they be like I had somebody who said to me, I wouldn't be a good mother with all the stuff that I went through in my life.
My mom actually did not want kids, and she got 3, and she did not want to be married, and she's been married twice. So,
and I think, I'm sorry, Shannon, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, she cut us off all the time. Go ahead, E.
And I relate to that because my father wasn't in my life, but that has always been a motivation for me, that if I did have kids, I would always do things 100% different, and that would make me want to be a better parent. So I hear when people say that, but I still think like 90% of, maybe not 100%, but a good majority of women want that fairy tale lifestyle.
See, and here I think the misconception is that people think like you think that women, that's what women want. And I don't think that the percent is really as high as men think. So men tend to think that, because why is it frowned upon if somebody's not married and stuff like that? You know what I mean? And have kids and stuff like that. Why is all that pressure put on women?
I think it's a societal norm.
I think it used to be more, because you got to remember, men were more providers, women stayed at home. I think that there are more people now choosing financial gain and positions and power and working over Prince Charming. It's a lot of. Go ahead, E.
No, I didn't want to interrupt, but I see that tide turning with the newer generation and things like that. Like you said, they are even besides relationships and children, just in life, I can see the tide turning where we're not going or doing with our grandparents or even our aunts and uncles did.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a whole 180.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about it because, back in the day, I wish that there were more families and not a lot of single homes, but women were so dependent on their husbands that, if you would meet people, and I know people personally would lose their husband. They didn't even know how to write a check.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean? They took care of the household. That was their job. You know what I mean?
And a lot of that has to do with like the laws that were back then, because women didn't have equal rights like men had, and
Yeah.
so
Well,
now we're
this
getting
lady
over
I'm
that
talking
hump.
about is 5 years ago. She didn't know how to write a check. I had to help her. And this is the thing. Her husband actually had a whole nother family.
That's a whole nother conversation for
Yeah,
another
it is.
podcast.
Yeah, it did. He had a whole nother family, and then he ended up setting her up so bad where he left, accepted another job, saying that she was coming. When she got ready to just go down there to visit, he told her don't come. To find out he had moved a whole nother woman down there. They had a child together, and the day that she was supposed to leave to go down there, he served her with divorce papers. This was one of my employees, and when I tell you, she was so devastated. I had to help her do her direct deposit. And then so he had left stuff there. She was at home like packing a move, and so then that's when she found out like how much money he was making. She didn't know none of that. He handled everything.
That
And the
hurt
thing,
me.
I mean, it was painful to watch too. She lost so much weight, but she remarried now.
I was married
And Brighter,
now.
right? And Brighter knew she married now.
That's good.
Well, that's good. Hit the button again. Hit it again, Nick.
Hey, she bounced back,
I hope she ain't just putting her whole life in somebody's hands like that. So I think that may have scared people, too. I mean, because if we go back to our favorite show, like Insecure, like why is Molly having all of these? She's so focused on success, and she grew up in a parent household. So marriage is what she's seen. But she has chosen, business.
But that goes back to like what we always would say, how she wanted everything to be perfect. Relationships aren't perfect. So she probably saw the end game of her parents maybe arguing or going back and forth or dealing with things, but she didn't know what was done behind the scenes.
Yeah, marriage is a lot of hard work. So that's why you don't go into it lightly, but I don't know. I guess my issue is they always say, why can't a woman keep a man? And it's like, why do we have to keep a man?
A man has to want to be kept.
But why ain't he keeping us? Why are they acting like it's our loss? Like it's not our choice. Like most women could pretty much have men easy to get.
I think it's because women outnumber men as far as like population goes. So it's always trying to get a man that's not
right, and
gay
it go
or
and every year the numbers go down more and more.
Yeah. So I
be
think that's
2 to 1 every two. Every one man could get 2 women. Now that's about 6.
I was about to say I think it's 6 to 1.
It is my 6.
Right, you be like, okay, he's nice looking. Then here come his dude in there. You see my boo over there? Oh, that's you.
I see you, nephew. That's you. No.
Rubbing his hands together, giving the Stevie J face.
I see you, nephew. That's all it is.
Yeah, but that's if you got a cool uncle. Otherwise, it's a secret. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. But yeah, I just never have liked that that much pressure because nobody goes around. Don't nobody bother me. Do people bother you like that? When you get married? When you get married? When you having a baby? When you having a baby?
I used to get it. I haven't gotten it recently.
Oh, because you've been in the house since COVID.
Exactly. That's probably the only thing that stopped it. But yeah, I used to get that all the time.
Really?
All the time. Mainly the why didn't I have kids? That's the one I
Okay,
got
now
more
I
of.
will be honest because I'm a little bit, although I don't look like it, I'm a little bit older than you guys, but look younger than you guys.
I thought
But
you only
anyway,
had me by 2 years, you know?
yeah, I think so. But
Yeah.
I was always if I meet somebody and then they don't have kids, I think it was like right after I had read that down low book, I was always suspect. Like, you got no kids, right? Why don't you got no kids? Like, no,
That's
Wow.
like he's sneaky.
I know for me personally, I just never liked kids. You know, like that was just never my thing I was into. And because I knew I didn't like kids, I never wanted to put myself in a position where
You was beating on no kids.
no, not
Sit your
that at
tail
all.
down. I ain't want you no way. See, this why I ain't want no kids. Whoa,
your
Bree,
mom.
you trying to eat again? Sit your tail down. You didn't ate up all the cereal. Daddy was mine. Sit your tail down.
No,
That's why, see
I
why I ain't want to have no kids? Now we got them running around here.
Girl, when I first met E, he can attest to this. I thought he was married with at least 3 kids. I don't know what about him. Like the way he used to like walk in the office, I used to be like, yo, that guy, he looked like he probably married with a few kids or something. When I
was trying to
found out
keep them off
he
of
was
them.
not married and did not have kids, I was like, yo, really? Yes, he did not have nothing.
No kids, no.
No kids,
I don't like responsibility, so I know kids are responsibilities.
They are.
And you can go to jail for not taking care of that responsibility. So
And expensive, right?
Expensive. We both
Very
can't have
expensive.
Jordans.
And
See?
you can go to jail.
Right. Okay, we're going to pay less for you, little man, and then I'm gonna
I'm gonna go to
right. Stay in this line. Right. Stay in the line right here. Do not move. When the line move, you move. Don't let nobody get in front of you, because we got to get me these Jordans. I'm gonna run over here to Payless real quick and grab
can
your
get these.
kicks. Right. I'm gonna grab your kicks and I'll be right back. If you let
Get
somebody
these
get in front of you,
Pokemons,
I'm gonna
man.
beat your tail. Okay, then, Daddy.
You get these Pokemons, and I'm gonna get the Jordans. That's how we.
Geek them up with the lights. That's how you
Yeah.
get them.
Oh, they light up, man.
Yeah.
I wish
Look,
they came
look
in
when
my
you step, they
Every
light
time you
up.
walk. Every
Mhm.
time you walk.
Yeah, you can get all the little boys off of them little lights at the bottom of the shoes.
Yeah. The
I
little
wish
girls
I
too.
wish they came in my size, man.
Go to Amazon. They got some in your size.
Hey.
Big tail walking around with some lights flashing at the bottom.
Talk about me.
I would clown him like, yo, what are you?
Right. Oh,
Nah.
right. Okay, come on, Shan. What do you think when people say that? What do you think what is your definition of all together? Because I always think when people say all
Yeah,
together
we never got that.
right. I always think that means that they're, financially stable, have their own thing, have their own things. Not
I'm
depending
gonna
on nobody. You can, you know what I mean? They got it going on because they're financially stable. They're very stable because there's a lot of unstable people. So they're very stable in every form of their life. Employment, they got a house, nice, we look at material things, even though some people say that. And I think people be forgetting about people have good hearts and stuff like that. Is that included in she got it all together? Or are they saying she got it all together with material things but ain't got a good heart, that's why she ain't got no man?
I think when that saying is said, it's more material than personality traits.
Well, then it could be that she not trying to keep no man because she could be looking like, what I need a man for? Because some
Right. I
people
got
look
this
at it
toy,
like,
right?
I mean, sometimes I'll be honest, I pick and choose when I'm going to do what because I don't be feeling like the headache sometimes.
True.
Relationships can be stressful.
They
Yeah, they
can.
can.
Very much so. Shannon,
So, yeah, Shane ain't saying too much. You ain't got your stuff together?
Y'all asked me the
we did cut
question,
her off.
y'all
Yeah, we.
cut me off.
Okay.
My bad.
I'm gonna agree with you. I feel like it's most of the time when society says a person has it all together, it's materialistic. She got her own house, she got her own car, she don't need nobody for nothing. You know what I mean? She pay all her bills by herself. You know what I mean? Most of the time there isn't a man. I believe most of the time those women are career driven, or they have a lot of things going on and they just don't really have time, for a man. Maybe she got kids, but her career is second to the kids.
Well, men are
Money,
clingy.
money is the thing that makes her happy.
But men are clingy too. You know what I mean? Like people
It can
they
be.
talk about women a lot being clingy. If it's a clingy dude out there, I promise you I'm gonna meet him. Like every day you got it off, like we ain't gonna be together every day like you got off. Like
Mm.
No,
no.
I don't.
I had a
I never.
dude that was was
Mm-mm.
was on me like that, and he finally, I think for like 2 months, he text me, call me, ask me to meet him someplace, and I could look at him and be like, oh, I don't even feel like this. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so finally, like September, he was kind of like he had been chasing me since July last year. So finally, in September last year, he was like, listen. I've been chasing you. I've wanted to take you out. I've wanted us to meet up. I've been texting you. You don't text me back. Blah 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 blah. What is it gonna be? Like I don't understand what's the problem. And I could look at him and tell. I could look at him and tell. I'm just gonna have a hard time with you. Once this gets going and I start to match your energy, you are gonna be on some messed up stuff. And that's exactly what happened. And I hate myself every
For not going with your gut. Mm-hmm. Go with
hate
that gut.
myself
Go
every
with
day because
that
I
gut.
already knew.
I'm the opposite when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to a relationship. Like I don't have to see you every day and all the time.
Most men say that until you get in a relationship with them, then they won't. What you doing? Why don't you
I
answer
mean,
your
let me
phone? Where you
send
at?
me.
Good
Now
morning.
Homeboy
I
told me,
will
Hope
say
your day.
this.
Text me. Your phone going off all day. Good morning. How your day? Hope you're having a good day. Just thinking about you.
Now
You eat your
I
lunch?
will,
Oh, dude, lay off. My gosh.
I had
I
to
will
tell the
tell
dude,
on
you're
myself.
doing too much. You're doing too much. You don't give me time to respond to your text message because right after you send that, when you send something else, then you call and then you calm down. I'm at work just
No,
like you.
yeah. You should be doing something with your time, bro.
Then they be
Don't ever
mad
be
if you
that guy.
post too. You better not, like if they didn't text you all day and
Oh
then you
yeah.
post something on Facebook or like somebody comment, man, they can't wait for you to do that. Or you could be all on Facebook, but dude, back up.
Nah,
Or they
nah,
the
I
first
will
one
say.
and
Right.
liking your picture on
I
Instagram to show you that they know that you just posted. Dude.
A dude.
liking 20 of your pictures though, not just one. One's from 2013. It's like,
Oh,
really?
that's
You've been that
stalkerish.
like,
Yeah, that's stalking.
come on now.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's different, Shannon.
Yeah. So I'ma say that I think it's a lot of the women choice, but I will say that I mean if we keep it 100 here, I think that there are a lot of women who um have strong personalities and they don't know how to let a man be a man.
Yes.
Don't let the
Yes.
church say amen.
Amen.
Man.
Yes, I feel that way
Right. They
100%.
don't know how to let the man be a man. So then the relationship end up ending because as much as women think that men want all of that stuff, like some men don't. Like I know I'll use my brother for instance. he don't want nobody paying for him something to eat and taking him out and all that. And when women start wanting to do that with him, he ain't trying to be bothered like that. And so I think that we some women are so busy trying to, prove that they can do what I can do, what you can do, and then that turns a man off because you don't need me. You know what I mean? I can't even be the man. I done came in, you didn't cook and gave me an oil change.
Right. And I believe it's just when you have, especially career women, you used to doing so much, and then when you come home, you don't know how to put the girlfriend hat on. So you're treating me like I'm one of your employees instead of as your mate, and that rubs a lot of men the wrong way, also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'm not
My
your
thing is
employee.
step up, and we also have to talk about, if we're going to talk about that, then we also have to talk about that there are a lot of men, whether they admit it or not, are intimidated easily by women. So they end up running away from relationships because they are intimidated by that woman. Because I know I
Yeah,
can be intimidating at times. I've been told
I
that
think
before.
I've been told that same thing. Like I
I
just
think
got
it's
too
a
much
very
going on, and I want to be the man and the woman. I want to run the show, and that's not gonna go. I've had guys tell me that.
and I think it's a very thin fine line we have to walk as men and as women.
Hmm. I wish that the people could see us because we all got our like thinking. We all
Thinking
look
cap
like
We
our
all
on.
thinking cap. Like we all like. I mean, because seriously, because
There are
the
so
reason
many.
why I say that, like, when they say can't keep a man, and it makes me mad because I just know that I think that it's not about keeping a man because we really can. It's about, for me, settling. I could have a whole, but it's some people out here who want a man, and that person who always in a relationship or married to a deadbeat or something like that, and it's just like, it's just some stuff that I'm not gonna tolerate. Like, everybody that had that friend who used to be about something, chasing up at the man, got married, and then became not about nothing once they got married. Just then fell all the way off.
mm-hmm.
Credit used to be good, filing for bankruptcy now. Dude sitting around ain't doing nothing. House smelling like weed. She don't smoke weed. You
Smell
just
like
like,
weed and
man, you really done fell off. Instead of like y'all leveling up, you done leveled down.
yeah,
Do
it
y'all
is.
think
Hmm?
that it has something to do by the way that we're conditioned or raised? I feel like that's the component because me myself, like my mama has always, I can hear Gwen Thompson in my head talking about self-sufficiency. You got to be self-sufficient. You got to be self-sufficient. So not depending on a man, but whatever he does being a bonus. Okay. Whether he there or not, you still got to have yourself. And I think probably is a blessing and a curse to me because I've always been able to sustain my own self, my family, my household, my bills, my whatever, with
Not
or without
according to
a
when we
man.
talked about what the guy said about why y'all broke up. Remember, you couldn't hold your end of the bargain financially. You thought we forgot? That was just two episodes ago. You thought we forgot? We
No,
ain't
no,
forget
I
what he
didn't think you
said.
forget that because that's what he was supposed. But see, that's what he was supposed to do. I had been with him for 11 years. He was supposed to. He was supposed to. Now ask him what happened after that.
Oh, when she leveled up.
He'll tell
So,
you. But I mean, even with him though, he was even like, okay, all right, maybe I don't make as much money as you, but I don't really need you to do X, Y, and Z. what you do is a bonus, and what you do, you're the man in the house. I shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but I would say that, and you're right. It could be the way that we, were brought up, and so,
Oh, definitely.
my dad was such a strong figure in my life. You know what I mean? And he knew, you how to treat, women like women, and he was delicate with us girls, and you know what I mean. So when you see that, then I guess it's hard. I remember a guy saying to me, like, no one is going to be able to, compete with your dad.
No.
And I get that. But I don't think that I gotta settle either. Just I guess I've never been one of those people, and I wish that we had somebody on the show who was like that, because we all know somebody who have to have a man, and I've just never been one of those people who have to have a man. Because there's some people, like, they'll break up with somebody and cry
And
for
then
a
be
week,
right back.
and then the next week they be at another, boo back up. Like, they be moving quick. I know you better get in this conversation and stop looking at that game.
My bad. I was letting you get that off, but I totally agree. I just really think the bigger issue is, like Shannon's, not even an issue, but what Shannon said, just how we were raised and generational things. And like I said earlier, I see
No,
that
but
tide
you'll see some
changing.
people who I've seen, like, you'll see a lot of people in 2-parent households and stuff who, like, they'll get the opposite. Like, they dad will be a hardworking guy, and then everybody they
They
date
get
don't have a
a
job.
jerk.
Yeah, or something like
There's no
that.
hope for them.
But guys have told me, guys tell me all the time, like, I'm not your dad and I'm not going to measure up. My dad did not want my mama to work. He wanted her to stay at home. He worshiped the ground she walked on, blah, 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 blah. And so, like, when I got with my kid's dad, that's the way it went. I didn't really have to do much of nothing. You know what I mean? And guys, even now, like I said, they be like, oh, I'm not your daddy, so I'm not getting ready to do, you do got to work. You know what I mean? I'm not getting ready to let you just sit at home, blah, 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 blah. But, okay, you ain't my daddy. But I just kind of think that even the characteristics that my dad has, I feel like should be for every man.
100%.
I'm sorry. I should not have to change my own oil or take my own car. I just feel like you should do it. I should not have to take my car.
Right. It's some roles that you play.
It's some roles, definitely.
Right. Because, like, it's little stuff that irritates me is, for instance, I don't know what arrangement they have. It's none of my business. But the people across the street from me, whenever I see the wife outside shoveling the snow, like, I just be looking at her like, you are a fool. You know what I mean? I don't know what arrangement she got with her husband, that she the one who's shoveling. He could have back problems, but my thought is, why you out here shoveling? And you got that man laying up in your house, y'all up in that house. What's the purpose of that? Why don't you use my guy who comes by and do my yard for me? I can give you.
So did you ever walk over and tell her?
No, they saw the guy come and do my yard.
I mean, even as a single woman, though, I still have guy friends. Like, one of my guy friends came over a couple weeks ago and changed my shower head in my shower. I didn't have to do that. I just kind of feel like if you're going to have guys in your life, let them be able to, you know what I mean? The guy next door, he married, but he'll take my trash cans down to the curb.
And he probably gets slapped in the face. And he'll get slapped in his face. And he get back in that house.
Why you
I think he recognizes that
some women be so insecure. So you know what I mean? Nikki. Like, I wouldn't have a problem with it. No, I'm telling you, because I remember one time, I'll never forget this, and it just traumatized me. I was carrying a cake. We was having my sister was having a party for my brother-in-law, and I went to grab the cake. I'm carrying the box of cake out, carrying this big old box. The dude and woman come in. They waiting to eat. And I get the cake, and the guy walked over to open the door, and that lady said, if you touch that damn door, I'm gonna slap the hell out of you.
Ooh.
And he turned on back around, and I'm like I taught my sons to open up the doors for women, and you mad that he gonna help open up a door? You think in that amount of time of him opening up the door for me, I'm gonna slip this dude my number? My hands full. He
Listen,
didn't say let me take the cake, none of that. And she sure did, and I was just like, people so insecure, but they be the main, if I would have said that, then I would have been wrong, because she's not insecure.
I would have took the slap that day.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nikki, though. I raised my son to do the same. And my son, when we walking into somewhere, he'll run ahead and be like, he'll put his arm out like, wait, mama, no, I'm going to open the door,
It's some stuff you gotta relax.
Lady behind me, whatever, he'll hold the door for them too. So
yeah, I mean that that's the way that some people were, but that lady wasn't playing that, and maybe that guy was raised that way, but then that makes me question him. Then I don't be having no respect for him, because then I'm like, she must pay the bills or something. Like who
who wear the pants in the house?
Yeah, I would have took the slap that day, because you're not gonna, that's what we're not gonna do.
Well, she must have had slapped him a couple of times, because when I tell you that he didn't open up that door.
Nikki, it was deeper than that door. He did something.
Right, but but give it a passcode to your phone. You could hold the door open for a lady. As a lady, I would want somebody I was with to help.
I think I would nudge my husband like, babe, go open the door for her. She got that cake,
Maybe you look like the woman he was cheating with.
Oh my God. You reminded her.
Yeah.
Maybe, what, we laughing, but it gotta be something, because I'm telling you.
She had a flashback right then and there. She said,
Oh, I was so irritated. Like,
are you gonna open the door for her like you held the door open for that girl?
Yeah. I'm just like, so.
Some women take it to the far left. But you know what? I feel like, as a single woman, when I finally do meet the man that is for me, I do want him to, be the man. I want to be able to be like, okay, well, what you think about, and, us discuss it and allow him to be the head of the household. I do.
Me too. And you know what? Whenever I say that, people act like I'm just saying something to be saying it, but I do.
For me, it's like
guys would know how to be submissive.
Like, I let them know, like, I do this, I do that, I got this going on, I got that. And then, they'll be like, well, yeah, I can do this with you, and we can do that. And then we get into the association of relationship, and then they be acting like punks. Oh, okay.
He about to lose his job messing with this gang.
Let me change, because you're right.
Why don't you just turn the TV off? You didn't sit back, get your head held high. All we see is your chin. That's how
we forgot how you are about. We forgot about that episode about checking the score. My bad, Nikki.
Right. I was just gonna bring that up. So I said, what you do if you change the channel real quick? Ain't no telling what would happen if you actually watching the game.
I promise you,
you were about to lose your job.
Right.
You were about to. That was fine.
You were about to lose your job.
Shannon, don't make me laugh right now, because that was hilarious.
You were about to lose your job because you.
But no, I think that you have to have those discussions in relationships, like who's going to be responsible for what, just what direction this relationship is going to go as far as the man, the woman, how we're going to work things out, finances, things like that. And it's very important.
But I think you could have all the conversations that you want to, and then until you get into those conversations, then then you don't know, because people are, what I mean, people will say anything to try to get you.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
People say what people right people will say exactly what they need to say. I dated a guy who was bad with his finances. That's one of the reasons why I was breaking up with him, and he was like, if you don't break up with me, then I'll direct deposit my checks to your account. Then you could just give me an allowance, for me to do better with my money. And I'm like, no, I'm good, dude. Like, that ain't the only reason why I'm breaking up with you. Is one of the main ones, but no, I'm good. Like, you ain't got to put your money on my account. I'm good. So.
But back to the original question, I do.
Dude,
think...
we got 5 more minutes gone. You didn't watch the game, and that we right. We didn't. When you didn't sit up there and watch the game, right now you didn't turn the TV. I'm gonna turn around and try to get into the conversation.
I was trying.
You were supposed to be the one running this today.
My bad. I told you I was excited that the NBA was back.
You were about to lose your job.
Right.
Shannon, be
right. Exactly. Yep. That's exactly what's gonna happen. But the call you know who would have been? Xavier would have been all in this topic.
He sure would.
Xavier, bro, you can't have my job, bro.
No, would have.
Xavier would have been all
Matt
in
wanted
it.
to be a fourth. Like, you are not qualified, sir.
No,
we might have to get another guy if he gonna be watching the game. I'm saying
I know.
back on now. He ain't saying nothing. He ain't laughing at my jokes, dude. I've been funny. I done threw off a couple of funnies tonight.
That's what's really messing her up.
Yeah, that I'm not laughing.
I work hard during the day. I'm just naturally funny now. I'm sitting up there telling my joke and you like that.
I'm trying to watch this triple double.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I can understand why you said that. I almost texted you and say, what did I say?
Don't have not one opinion.
Exactly.
Oh.
Stinking tail. So, all right. Well, again, our time is up and has went very quick. What quarter they on,
flies.
E?
It's at the end of the game. I think they got 3. Wait a minute, huh?
Exactly.
You see how he got caught in the lie that quick? Right, he said, I'm turning off the TV. Right, I'm turning off the TV. Oh, lying tail. Then they talk about, that's why women who got it all together single.
Can't keep a man.
Right. They ain't trying to keep no man who ain't paying no attention to them and watching the game. That's why.
If you threw this LeBron jersey on, we can
Right. All right. Let's wrap it up. Closing remarks.
Let's let E go first.
We shouldn't even let E say nothing. We should just act like he gone.
Fellas, don't watch the game when they trying to talk to you and tell you stuff, man.
And then E was all in that group text. I'm going to go off. Y'all sure y'all want me to be real with this topic?
No.
And he don't even say nothing.
Right. Listen, it ain't my fault we talked about this on the opening night of the NBA. I thought we was going to talk about it last week.
Lord have mercy.
Shannon just had to have her guess, but you know.
Wow. Straight up. That's how you feel?
That's what he did.
Bet.
He threw you all in front of the bus.
Sydney.
Bet. I love you though, Shannon.
No, bro. Gucci, you don't love me.
Okay, closing remarks. E, what you think? Do you remember the topic?
I know.
Yeah. About women having their stuff together and can't keep a man.
Okay, so go ahead.
Struggling.
Right. No, but seriously though, ladies, just make sure that even if you got it all together and if you got it going on, still treat that man like the man of your relationship. He's still the man at the end of the day. That's my closing remarks.
Anyway, Shannon.
I don't feel like you should have to dim your light, ladies. The right man will come along and he'll have his stuff just as together as you do, and y'all be able to do some stuff together. That's if he's for you, okay? And that's all I got.
Ayala? I was waiting on beloved. But my thing is, should no man have to be kept? Either y'all jive or y'all don't jive. And stop assuming that a woman needs to be trying to keep a man. Maybe he should step his game up to keep her.
Jive?
Single for, right. she's single for a reason because she could want to be, or just haven't met the right one, like Shannon said. And then
Or she
don't
can't keep
settle.
it
Some
in.
people out there are not settling.
You can't
No,
settle
and that
down
means
and
you
not
got to
settle.
go through a
No,
few people.
settling is
It is what
right.
it is.
Settling is like if just to have a man, you doing all of this and all of that. Girl, no, I don't have time for that message.
I do agree though. The right man will stay and he'll act right. You don't have to keep.
Yeah.
He'll willingly want to do it.
So that's a whole nother topic, because it's like, is it really somebody out there for everybody? So, but
I mean, you can keep boundaries for yourself.
we ain't about to talk with this end of the show.
Okay, bye.
Dang, just cut it to you.
Bisha, right? She's about to try to kick it into another one. I didn't say it. I'm tired.
But wait a minute, E. Hold on. Wait a minute, E.
Shannon, that'll be on our show.
He's so phony. I ain't even think about it.
Shannon, that'll be on our podcast. We'll talk about it.
Right. It will. That's funny because Shannon already done text me like, I'm gonna text X and see if he want to be on here next week. See? And see, I had and then I text her back and said, E got this, and then now you gonna come with that?
Oh man,
okay,
shit, you.
Yep. All right. So be sure to follow us at Nikki B and Friends. That's why it ain't Nikki such and such and such and such. Nikki B and Friends. Ain't trust nobody.
Just interchangeable. Put your mouth.
And on Instagram at Nikki. I'm about to get my real name. Nikki B _ and Friends _. Thank you guys for listening, and please forgive E for being unprofessional this evening.
I apologize.
Hit my inbox with anything. Thank you. Good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Bye.